So something else I've been working on last few days, and I intend to do a lot more of that I haven't mentioned to you guys, is getting all these wood chips. And of course, I'm not original here. I'm taking other people's advice and recommendations on doing the wood chips. You know, obviously stemming from the Back to Eden concept. No, I'm not a die-hard Back to Eden gardener. I'm not opposed to the concept, but the reason I'm doing it, of course, here's the start of my little orchard. The reason I'm doing it is because the soil, as you can see here, it's really not bad soil. It's of course not no black, you know, nice loam from Iowa. It's pretty decent soil, and the fertility is good. It has a good sand content, but it's got some silty clay in it. Not so much that it's like a hard packed clay that you just can't even dig, but enough that it makes it crust over on the surface like this. It makes it kind of hard. It'll pack, and it's kind of hard to dig in, and of course that's also hard for plants to push through. But ultimately what I'm trying to do is just add gobs and gobs and gobs of wood chips to this whole area, because this whole thing is eventually going to be the garden. And so I'm just taking every opportunity I can now to get the wood chips. Now the deal I've got on the wood chips, if it comes to fruition, is a heck of a deal. I have a good standing relationship with a guy that has a very large tree trimming business in town. Yes, it's down in Houston, so that's a 30-minute drive now from his shop to mine. But the deal that he gave me is great, because, you know, he's not desperate to get rid of the chips. He can dump them wherever for free. People will buy them from him. But he does get a lot of chips, so he's always looking for consistent outlets. So what he offered to me at first was, he said, hey, why don't you, I'll dump a few loads in my yard. You can come to the shop, use my truck, use my trailer, use my skid loader, load up all the chips you want, take them to your house. And I was like, man, that's just too good to be true. And then he was like, well, you know, I guess it's my equipment, maybe we shouldn't do that. But what he said instead, and actually what I like better, hey, you better not be throwing dirt and sticks in the pond. It's not the pond. That's where the house is going to go. They're usually throwing rocks in the water, and rocks cost a lot of money down here. But no, so the better deal that he gave me that I like a lot is his shop is only about 3 or 4 miles out of the way on my way home every day. So what we're going to try to do is, basically, when he's working steady, he fills a chip truck every day, and it's about 14 or 15 yards. And so what he said was, hey, we'll just fill the truck up each day. Rather than go and dump it somewhere, we'll just park it to the shop. When I'm on my way home from work, I'll go by the shop, park my pickup, get in the chip truck. It doesn't require a CDL or anything. I'll bring the chip truck home, dump it. The next morning, I'll go back by his place, swap trucks again. So it's a good balance there, to where the guys have the truck during the day when they need it. I get the truck at night when I need it. I'm not having to make double trips going back and forth with the truck and trailer. I borrowed a little dump trailer, actually. Where is he at? That's a big helicopter. I borrowed a dump trailer, actually, from my neighbor. And it was a 14-foot little dump trailer. Look at this guy. That's a military chopper of some sort. Anyway, so I borrowed a little dump trailer, and it's nice, you know, it was a free rent, so to speak. But it took 2 loads on the dump trailer to make up one of his loads on the chip truck. So, you know, that's 2 trips, that's 2 hour-and-a-half round trips almost that I had to make to town to get those chips. Whereas instead, I'm going to make basically an hour round trip with his truck, you know, and I'll put diesel in it for him, not a big deal. Which he already said, you know, he's like, I don't think it really matters. You know, that little bit of diesel you're going to use, it's a wash in the grand scheme. So it's a heck of a sweetheart deal. I guess the guy likes me for some reason, or he's just super generous. But either way, it's hopefully a good outlet to get a lot of chips. So I'm hoping in the next few weeks I'm going to start bringing a lot more chips home, and just, like I said, covering that whole area out there. You know, and get it to where when those chips start, of course, yeah, the first year they're not that great, but when they start breaking down, it's going to make that soil just absolutely fabulous. So it is kind of the long con that I'm after here. But that's what you got to do to really truly improve soil. You got to be patient, or you got to spend a whole lot of money, and I ain't got it.